Hey there, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd. I've done a video in the past about the wonders and bounty of yard-long beans, and today I'm going to show you how to start them from seed. As I mentioned in my other video, yard-long beans are awesome. They produce a lot. They make a long bean that's 2 to 3 feet long, and they grow up a trellis, so they're really efficient. You can grow these in containers if you want to, and there are different varieties available. Today I'm going to grow 2 varieties on this 4-foot trellis, divided down the middle in half, one variety here, one variety there, so I can keep them straight. And we're going to choose from these varieties. What I've got here are Orient Wonder, red pod asparagus bean, which is another name for yard-long beans, and Noodle King. So I'm going to choose Noodle King and red pod, so they'll look different on this trellis. Yard-long beans, like most pole beans, grow pretty well in friable, well-draining garden soil. You don't have to fertilize them right away because they kind of make their own nitrogen. But if you want them to produce beans, your soil will need some phosphorus and potassium in order to do that. You'll notice that I have this trellis in place before I plant my seeds. That's because it is so much harder to know where you've planted your seeds once you've planted them. So always put your trellis in place first and then plant your seeds right along the edge of it. And a word about height. This trellis is 7 feet tall, and these yard-long beans will grow to the very top of it. So those 3 and 4 foot tall trellises aren't going to be sufficient for something like this. Just like most of your pole beans, you're going to want to plant these about 4 to 6 inches apart, which means if I'm utilizing each panel of this trellis, each panel is 1 foot long, I can plant 3 seeds along each panel. So I'm going to plant 6 here and 6 there. And that means 6 of each type. I do not soak my beans overnight before planting them because I have found that they rot if I do. So I'll soak my peas, but not my beans. And we're gonna plant them as close to the drip line as we can, but I'll also be hand watering these until they germinate, and then the drip lines will take over. So when I drill holes, I'm gonna make them 1 inch deep, which is about the length of the first digit of your index finger. That's gonna go here. We're not drilling holes to China. You wanna bury them a little deeper, just slightly deep, so that you can make sure they don't pop up. They will lift a little bit as they start to germinate. 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna plant Noodle King on this side. Just take 1 seed, drop it in the hole. Put the rest back in the packet. Backfill. Now for the red noodle beans, those are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you'll notice I'm putting them all on the front side of the trellis. Ordinarily, I would alternate front to back, but because I've got this drip line here, I'm keeping them all on the front edge. But certainly you can sow seeds on both sides of the trellis, and that helps anchor the trellis a little bit better, and it won't fall forward as much. So let's get our red pod, and these are beautiful. They make gorgeous red potted beans, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So 6 seeds in these 3, 4, 5, 6 holes right there, and then we're gonna bury these. Just cover them up. Doot, doot, doot. And then we're not quite done. Once your seeds are planted, you need to protect them, especially if you have critters like crows or other animals that come digging for seeds in your soil. So what we like to do is we take some U-pins and some floating row cover, and we put 2 small sections that come up about 2 feet, one along the front, one along the back, and you make a little tent and pin them on the top with clothespins and on the bottom with U-pins or earth staples. And that will keep them protected until they germinate, and that will keep critters from eating them. I hope that you will include yard-long beans in your garden this season. They are, in my opinion, way better than regular old green beans. So for more information about growing yard-long beans and what to do with them once you've harvested them, go to gardenerd.com. Check out my books for growing lots of other stuff, and check out my online courses for spring garden planning, fall garden planning, and pest control tricks. Consider becoming a Patreon supporter to support all the free stuff that we do here at Gardenerd. Patreon supporters get behind-the-scenes access to Gardenerd headquarters and monthly hangouts with me. Happy gardening!